Hey, everybody, welcome to The Blacklist, the show where we interview the elite to see how they got there and how they stay in power. Right now, we have Dr. Sass right next to me. Dr. Sass, please introduce yourself for the people that don't know you.
Hi, Ulysses. Thank you for having me.
No problem.
It's an honor to finally meet you in person. I know we know each other for a while and appreciate being here with you.
No problem.
Well, I moved here to United States, at a young age of 12
Yeah.
and, been through the whole 9 years of, being dunked in the different, different society, different place and, culture shock. And, I went mute for a whole year. I didn't speak to anybody.
Wow.
Um, well, except my brother and sister and my parents, of course. But that was a big challenge, and I overcame that. Was very competitive, so I had to do good in school. So I learned the language.
Yeah, yep.
I went on, put myself to college, and become a U.S. Air Force officer actually because I wanted to give back because where I came from, there wasn't that much opportunity to learn. School was very competitive, and expensive, and we just couldn't afford that.
Right.
And we have a chance to come here, and I realized that the only thing that I can do that will make an impact is to serve. So I went into the U.S. Air Force, become the captain.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I look like I'm 12 years old, and I have to direct these people who like old enough to be my dad.
Yeah.
It was nerve-wracking, but it's not like being thrown in the fire.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I became doctor of pharmacy after that, and gone through a lot of experience where I would give my patients medication, tell them how to take it, and then it just dawned on me. I was like, you know what? This is not how to live life healthy.
Yeah.
There got to be a different way because all the stuff that I give them medication for, it can be prevented by just eating healthy, having a good mindset, meditate, go to the gym and stuff like that. So that's when I started to shift my studies, and I went into anti-aging. I went into
Yeah.
nutrition, and going through a lot of personal growth. I went through a lot of crap through my life, and I realized that I can give back in a different way, and I can help people in a different way.
Yeah. And is that where your passion lies, in just helping people?
Oh yeah, definitely. you know, God would throw stuff at you and give you all this stuff to overcome, so you can go out there and help people, right?
Yeah.
When you gone through this crazy stuff, you know what people are going through, and you can help them with that really through compassion because you know how it feels. And that's why my passion is to kind of motivate women to help guide them to live their best life, to find that true self and to find that power within them, the magnificent self that they already are.
Yeah. And how do you how do you help people transition from medication or all they think they know is medication, and then all of a sudden, you're showing them like, hey, there's a different way. You got to take care of yourself. You got to become the swan and, stuff like that, right? So talk to me about that.
Well, I create this program. It's called Awaken the Goddess Within.
Yeah.
And we go through different stages. And you start with self-love and self-care. And
What does that look like, though?
what does that look like? It's like gratitude, finding your worth and knowing that you are worthy enough to have that good health, to have that good relationship. And, a lot of women especially, I think every human being in general just have that self-doubt. And they needed that, a little bit of guidance to overcome that. And that's the first stage that I walk people through.
Yeah. What are the other stages?
I know you're going to ask me that question. The other stage is just knowing your worth, meaning walk them through just slaying the dragon within, getting rid of that fear, finding their why. Why are they here? Finding their purpose, and ending with nothing but oneness.
Yeah.
And the basis of this program is there is divinity within all of us. And I look at it as you have all that greatness within yourself already. You just need to find it. Just
Right.
like Socrates said, know thyself, right? You just have to know yourself. We all have this core values that we have. We just need to uncover it.
Yes.
We know we need to get to certain mindset, right? To get to live that fulfillment in life, and that just what life is all about.
Yeah, and that's powerful. And I think it's different for men and women. I think, like you said, I'm very much hearing divinity. Awaken the goddess within. It's kind of like being in your feminine power, I believe. Right? Does that mean being able to be, healthy and self-love? It doesn't mean you have to be masculine. Like, it doesn't mean you have to fight through your pain. But yeah, talk to me through that.
No. I mean, a lot of people get woman empowerment in a different way. For me, it's not like being masculine or you have to put on, like six pack or have all this muscle, like, your first guest.
Right.
But it's just knowing who you are and living your authentic self and not being afraid to be who you are, and just be so sure of your values, your worth, knowing what you are about, and not pretending to be like anybody else. We have a lot of people on social media, right?
Yeah.
And this is crazy about women because you compare yourself to other people, like, oh, she's too tall, she's had blonde hair, blue eyes, and this and that, and she looked like a model.
Yeah.
And here I am, 5'2", little Asian, but it's all good. It's all good. We need that variety, and being empowered is being comfortable
Yes.
in your skin, being who you are.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of women get in their head about that type of stuff. And how do you, so when you're kind of working with somebody, how do you make sure they get out of their head about that? Because I'm pretty sure they're judging, like you said, all the time. They're always trying to compare. And, when you do that, there's a quote, I forgot who said it, but they said comparison is a thief of joy, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So they're ridding themselves of all this joy that they could be having if they just accepted the goddess they are, because they think they want to be like that woman.
Exactly. There's no enemy out there except the voices between your ears, right? The voices in your head.
Yeah.
And you pretty much, there are different different tools that I give my client, MP3s to listen to, and videotape, and audio, and different exercises you have to go through. And I'm sure we don't have time to go through all of them today, but you kind of reprogram your mind, monitor your thoughts. Your thoughts, you have like a zillion thoughts per day, right?
Yeah.
You don't realize it. People look at you and then automatically you think, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what are they thinking of me? And, they probably just look past your hair and
Right.
into the background. But, that what people don't realize is your thought would drive you to make a decision, and that decision would, make you do certain things like that.
Yeah.
That certain action will actually create the emotion that you have. And if you are not aware of it, you become, you get stuck in like the hamster in the wheel.
Yes.
In the same cycle, and people have like victim mode and all this stuff, and when you don't realize that you're thinking like that, it's it could be like self-detrimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what I'm kind of learning from this conversation, is that you're very aware You know your thoughts. You know what people are thinking, basically, because like you and your thoughts are separate. Is from what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You are not your thoughts. You have that thought, and you get to decide if you want it to, make you feel a certain way or not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's powerful. And I don't think I think everybody, like not just women, should use that at least at some level. Because when you kind of separate yourself, you have a feeling of empowerment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you're not just in reactive mode all the time.
Right.
You're being proactive. So
Exactly.
how are you helping people, control their thoughts? Is it mainly like the MP3s that you were talking about, or yeah,
There are MP3s. There are different questions that they ask themselves.
that's a good
Um,
one.
yeah, yeah. It digs pretty deep,
Yeah.
and then at the end you're like, "Oh, I am so stupid. Why did
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think like that?"
I
I
feel
mean,
that.
it's just like you cannot just continue to like think stupid thoughts anymore.
Yeah.
It just
It
doesn't
just
make
help.
sense.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just hurts you,
yeah.
like why would you?
It hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's a golden nugget that you've learned throughout your life that you wish people would just know, or
Well,
understand? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There are many, but the one thing that I feel like I want to share today is belief.
Yeah.
Believe that there is greatness within you. There is greatness within all of us, and what you need to do is just discover who you really are. What is your passion? What are you here to do? And it takes a lot of deep work.
Yeah.
And dive deep in yourself, in your psyche, and do the exercises. Go to the mastermind, and find those people who are successful, who come before you, and they would be more than happy to help you grow. That's what they're here to do. And the other thing, first believe that you can be anything, can do anything, and can live the life that you want.
Yeah.
Second, you have to trust. Trust that the teacher is going to show up when you're ready, that the opportunity is going to show up when you're ready. The universe have your back, but there's a big but.
Yeah. What's the but?
Yeah, the but is you need to be ready.
That's true. That's true.
So you need to get
That's
yourself
true.
ready. So, have that vision board, dream away and be ready. Get yourself to become that person because you already are. You just need to discover yourself.
Yes.
So be ready because if you're yourself not ready, your teacher's not going to show up
Yeah.
and that opportunity is not going to be there.
I agree. I actually think that most people, when they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the teacher," things like that, right? Like I'm waiting for my life to kind of explode. It's like they're already in a state that they don't think they have it, that they don't think they're ready. And
Yeah.
that's why I feel like they're not seeing the opportunities that are coming at them.
Yeah.
They're thinking negatively. They're thinking that it's not going to happen to them, and that they're just waiting for something to, some miracle to kind of fall out of the sky and help you. But it's not like that.
No,
Right? You first have to be ready before you could start seeing the opportunities, right? Because
right.
then I think like you're focusing on it,
Yeah.
and that means like, you're just gonna see it. I think if you're focusing on that type of stuff, is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Have you heard of that story about the man on the roof and then praying to God because it was flooding, and then he prayed that God would come and save him, and then God would send people
Oh yeah, yeah. And you're
with the
like,
boat, and
no,
then
no, God's gonna save me.
I'm waiting for God.
Yeah.
God will send you signs. You better be ready and just read the sign
Yes, yes,
and go after it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so true. That's so true. All right. Well, we had a phenomenal conversation. I think one of the main things that I want to cover is like, I think a lot of women need somebody like you. Where can people find you, and where are you kind of located, kind of, talking about this type of stuff? Yeah. How can they find you?
Yeah, they can find me definitely on the my website. All my information is on there. It's www.drsas.us.
Got it.
Because I'm the US person.
Yeah, yeah. And is that where you're putting a lot of your content? Like, what if they wanted to learn more from you? Is that the place?
There is a link on my Instagram, and I just started LinkedIn too. Becoming more active in LinkedIn. So Instagram and LinkedIn, and you can find the link on my website.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sass. I appreciate you being here, and you did a phenomenal job.
Thank you, Ulysses. Thank you for having me.
No problem.